You on one of the new Huda 9 pan neon shadow palettes. I picked up the neon pink palette, so that is the one that we are going to be playing with today. I haven't played with it at all. Full swatches, full review, testing it on camera and giving you guys a bit of a tutorial. So if you're interested in seeing my thoughts on the neon pink palette, then just keep on watching. As I showed you guys a little bit in my intro, here is what the palette looks like. And this is part of Huda's new Neon Obsessions palette line. So she has a neon orange, a neon green, and then the neon pink. So there's 3 in the collection. I just want to say right now that I have never tried Huda Beauty shadows. I have never tried her 9 pans. I've never tried her bigger palettes. So I really have nothing to compare this formula against. So I won't be able to say if it's consistent with her other shadows because I've never tried them. These are my first Huda shadows that I'm trying. And I have watched a few reviews where people used the neon green palette and didn't like it for the most part, but I haven't seen a single review on the neon pink palette yet, so I'm interested to play with it and develop my own thoughts. On the Sephora.com site in Canada, the palette retails for $37 Canadian, and I believe that is a $2 to $3 increase from her other 9 pans, likely because the packaging is a little bit nicer. So far, there are 58 reviews. The average rating is 4 points out of 5, so that's pretty good for Sephora. It seems like the majority of people are giving the green palette a really low ranking, which would overall give the Obsession palettes a lower ranking, but there are 31 people who have given the palettes 5 stars and 10 who gave 4 stars. I assume those are people that picked up the orange and the pink palettes. I think that's all that I have to say going into this. Before we get into the actual eye look application, I will insert all of my swatches. The first 3 shades, which are the 2 corally pinks and the lightest shimmer. The darkest purple, the purple shimmer, and the super bright pink. Lighter bright purple, lightest purple shimmer, and then the deepest pink shimmer there. The one thing that I will say going into it is these 2 shades here seem very, very similar. I wish she maybe did a different kind of pink as one of these or made this one a little bit darker. And I have already primed my eyes with concealer and a little bit of powder, not a lot, so hopefully it is still a little bit tacky. And I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit so you can get a better idea up close of what's going on. Okay, now we are all zoomed in. Please don't mind my lip. I have a cut, dry skin situation going on, so just ignore that for now. So to start, I'm just going to go in with the lightest shade in the palette and I'm going to put that into my crease. This is a light matte coral kind of shade, and I'm gonna try more pressing it in to get as much pigment as I can, and then I will blend from there. And I'm just taking my Morphe M433 crease brush to do that. Oh, my eyes really watering. I am right away getting a good amount of fallout there. Okay, so it does leave a little bit of pink under the eye. Now that we have that nice and blended in the crease, I'm going to go in with that slightly darker shade that's pretty much the same, and I'm going to just take that on the same brush and use this to blend it a little more instead of just pressing. Definitely got some more fallout. I'm gonna have to really bake under there afterwards. That shadow seemed to be a little bit more powdery than the lighter version. Now I'm going to go in with this super, super hot pink, and I'm taking my Morphe M321, which is like a smaller bullet brush, and I'm going to try and focus this in the outer V area and then slowly blend it over a little. And then I'll probably go in with this one over the lid and maybe put a little bit of that in there. We'll see. So a little bit went a really, really long way with that shade. That one is super pigmented, wasn't too powdery, blended really nicely. So we'll do the same on this side. That is what it is looking like, super, super bright neon, which is what you would really want. And there isn't too much kickback in the pan. I know blew off a little bit, but it was honestly the slightest amount, so no issues there. Now I'm going to go in with this lightest shimmer, and I'm going to try taking it on my NYX Professional Makeup Silicone brush. I find that this works really well with pressing in glitter, so I'm going to just try that. If it doesn't work, I can use a different brush or possibly just go in with my finger. Don't think that's working very well. I don't think that is the correct brush for that. So I'm going to try going in with my Sephora Pro Shader 18. This is just a really small brush that I like to use for packing on pressed pigments like this, pressed glitters. You can see there that it's just not picking up very well. I'm going to spray this with a little bit of the Urban Decay On Lighter, hope to make it easier to get that color on the brush, get it to stick down more. Now you can see that it's really sticking on the brush like it should. So I would recommend going in with some type of spray like that if you don't always do that. I thought this was gonna be a little more intense than it is. Maybe it's just a matter of really packing it on. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing on this lid, and then I might, well, yeah, and then I'm gonna go in and see if I can get a better opaque application with my finger. Okay, so it goes on much better with your finger. So I'm going to leave that shimmer as is for right now and leave the look as is. And I'm going to add some liquid liner. I just think it would look best with the liquid liner. And all I have right now is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise liquid eyeliner. I don't love this. I really don't like the applicator, but it is a pretty black liner, which I enjoy. So I'm going to do a pretty thick wing, I think, and I'll just speed through this because it's really not that important. Okay, so I am back with lashes and mascara on. I just wanted to show you guys, not that you wouldn't notice, I just want to explain it for a second. So I just want to show you guys how irritated my eye area is here. It's not even this outer corner, which occasionally I will get watering in. It's even right up here. My eyes are watering just all over this eye. I'm not sure if it's because of the fallout under the eye. I haven't put anything else there. I don't think it's the liner, but something here is very irritated. I've tried putting down powder and it just waters, keeps watering. It's very irritated, and you can see that there's a little bit of pink under there, some pink residue. So I'm going to leave this eye completely alone. I don't want to further irritate it and have my whole face water and cover with makeup. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the lower lash line on this eye and leave this one as is for now. For the right eye, I'm going to go and take this color, the darker of the two almost identical corals, and I'm going to take that on a kind of stamping brush, stamp that along the lower lash line. Hopefully I don't irritate this eye as well. I do have very sensitive skin and very sensitive eyes, so I don't think that this will necessarily happen to everyone. I didn't hear anyone mentioning that with the green shadows. I'm just going to take my mascara, which is the Benefit Roller Lash. This is what I used for my top lash line as well. Then I've actually decided that I want to go back into this lighter shimmer shade and put it right here in my tear duct. So for lip, I just want to keep it very neutral. I have my Bare Minerals Gen Nude Lip in Slay, so I'm going to start off with that. These are my favorite liquid lip formula in case you are new to my channel. I really, really like this formula. And now I'm going to go in with this Anastasia gloss. This is in Pearl. It is one of their shimmer formulas, and this was part of a holiday set that they had this year. So pretty. This is how the finished look looks. I'm so sorry that I have that irritation with my left eye. Just picture both looking like this. I do think it looks very pretty. I'm also sorry about my irritation on my lip. This isn't clearly the best day to be doing this, although I wasn't able to foresee the eye issue. I do have sensitive eyes, so don't be scared to use this. I think that it's a gorgeous palette. I really love the color scheme. I love that she went for more bold neons. Neons are very in right now, so it makes sense that makeup will start to replicate what's going on in fashion right now. There could have been a lighter, more soft pink, less neon. These are just both very similar, very coral, so there could have been an opportunity for that, or a deeper dark purple would have been nice, something like that. As for the shimmers, I wasn't too impressed with how this one applied to the lid, to be honest. They look gorgeous in the swatches, but as you guys know, if you watch a lot of makeup and you play with a lot of makeup, I included swatches because people ask for them, but I don't find that swatches are that indicative of how it's going to look on your eyes. As you can see with this one, it definitely doesn't look like it does on my lid as it does in the swatch, so that's something to keep in mind. I do think that the two purples are really pretty. So if you want to see a look with the purples, I would be happy to do that. Perhaps integrate in a different palette. I'm sorry that this look was kind of a flop because my eyes did get so irritated and because I didn't really venture into too many shades. I did try and touch as much pink as I could. The only pink that I didn't touch was this darker shimmer pink, which I would love to maybe include in my purple look. So if you want to see a purple look, let me know. Overall, I wouldn't say that this palette is a home run. I wouldn't say it's a 10 out of 10. If anything, right now, I would probably give it a 7 or an 8. I'll have to see how the purples go, but as far as the pinks, it is about a 7 or an 8 for me, maybe a 7.5. I think that this would be really pretty for a neutral look, and then dipping into one of these colors on the lower lash line, I think that would be gorgeous. So if you want to see maybe 2 or 3 other looks created with this palette, if you get this and you aren't sure what else to create, I can try and do that because I don't have a ton of skill, so I think it would be cool to push myself and then also show you that the average person can make this palette somewhat usable. Those are my final thoughts. If you have any questions, I will be putting in the description or the comments down below, pinning a comment on how I found removing these, because I know people were talking about the staining that was associated with the pink neon palette. Hopefully it shouldn't stain too much because I won't be wearing it too long, but we will see. That is all that I have for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed this video, my review, my swatches, my little tutorial that got a little bit messed up. Please like this video if you liked it, and if you want to see more product reviews on my channel, I absolutely love doing product reviews. They're my favorite videos to do. Please subscribe if you aren't already, and turn on that notifications button so that you can be notified every time that I upload a video, and so that you won't miss my